We now start with our Yizkor service on page 477. Our days are like grass. We shoot up like flowers that fade and die as the chill wind passes over them. Yet your love for those who revere you is everlasting. Your righteousness extends to all generations. We continue at the bottom of page 479. We are feeble. We live always on the brink of death. Scarcely ushered into life, we begin our journey to the grave. Our best laid plans are ever at risk. Our fondest hopes are buried with us. Ambition drives us on to high exertion. Indulgence makes us waste the powers we have, and evil seduces us to heap misery upon others. Success and failure, love and hatred, pleasure and pain mark our days from birth to death. We prevail only to succumb. We fail only to renew the struggle. Our days are few and full of trouble. The eye is never satisfied with seeing. Endless are the desires of the heart. We devise new schemes on the graves of 1,000 disappointed hopes. Like Moses on Mount Nebo, we behold the promised land from afar, but may not enter it. Our life, at its best, is an endless effort with a goal we never attain. Death finally terminates the struggle, and joy and grief, success and failure are all ended. Like children falling asleep over their toys, we relinquish our grasp on earthly possessions only when death overtakes us. Master and servant, rich and poor, strong and feeble, wise and simple, all are equal in death. The grave levels all distinctions and makes the whole world kin. We continue on the bottom of page 481. Eternal God, you have been our refuge in all generations. Before the mountains were born, or earth and universe brought forth, from eternity to eternity, you are God. Page 482. For 1,000 years in your sight are but as yesterday when it is past, or as a watch in the night. You sweep us away. We are like a dream at daybreak. We come and go like grass, which in the morning shoots up renewed, and in the evening fades and withers. The number of our years may be many or few, yet vain toil fills their span, for it is soon ended, and we fly away. So teach us to number our days, that we may grow wise in heart. Let your servants understand your ways, and your children see your glory. Let the beauty of our eternal God be with us, and may our work have lasting value. O let the work of our hands be endearing. O God, author of life and death, our wisdom is small, our vision short. One by one, our companions passing along the road of life disappear from our view. We know that each must walk the same path to the doorway of the grave. We strain to see what lies beyond the gate, but all is darkness to our mortal sight. Yet even the darkness is not too dark for you, O God, but the night shines as the day. You have created us in your image and made us share in your enduring righteousness. You have put eternity into our hearts, have implanted within us a vision of life everlasting. This hope we cherish in humility and faith, trusting in your endless goodness and your wondrous love. Into your hands we commit the spirits of our dear ones, for you keep faith with your children in death as in life. Sustain us, O God, that we may meet with calm serenity the dark mysteries that lie ahead, knowing that when we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, you are with us, a loving friend in whom we put our trust. You are the light of our life, our hope in eternity. We turn to page 484. If some messenger were to come to us with the offer that death should be overthrown, but with the one inseparable condition that birth should also cease, if the existing generation were given the chance to live forever, but on the clear understanding that never again would there be a child or a youth or first love, never again new persons with new hopes, new ideas, new achievements, ourselves for always and never any others, could the answer be in doubt? We shall not fear the summons of death. We shall remember those who have gone before us and those who will come after us. Alas for those who cannot sing, but die with all their music in them. Let us treasure the time we have and resolve to use it well, counting each moment precious, a chance to apprehend some truth, to experience some beauty, to conquer some evil, to relieve some suffering, to love and be loved, to achieve something of lasting worth. Help us then to fulfill the promise that is in each of us, and so to conduct ourselves that generations hence it will be true to say of us, the world is better because, for a brief space, they lived in it. We turn to page 489 and join together in the translation of Psalm 23. Eternal God, you are my shepherd, I shall not want. You make me lie down in green pastures. You lead me beside still waters. You restore my soul. You lead me in right paths for the sake of your name. Even when I walk in the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, for you are with me. With rod and staff you comfort me. You have set a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You have anointed my head with oil. My cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the eternal God forever. We continue on page 490 in the middle of the page. We remember with sorrow those whom death has taken from our midst during the past year, taking these dear ones into our hearts with all our beloved. We recall them now with reverence. In the rising of the sun and in its going down, we remember them. In the blowing of the wind and in the chill of winter, we remember them. In the opening buds and in the rebirth of spring, we remember them. In the blueness of the sky and in the warmth of summer, we remember them. In the rustling of leaves and in the beauty of autumn, we remember them. In the beginning of the year and when it ends, we remember them. When we are weary and in need of strength, we remember them. When we are lost and sick at heart, we remember them. When we have joys we yearn to share, we remember them. So long as we live, they too shall live, for they are now a part of us as we remember them.
There are stars up above, so far away we only see their light. Long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us as we live our days. These are the ways we remember. We remember as we live our days. These are the ways we remember. We remember. יש כוכבים שאורים מגיע ארצה, רק כאשר הם עצמם עבדו ואינם. יש אנשים שזיו זכרם מאיר, כאשר הם עצמם אינם עוד בתוכנו. אורות אלה המבהיקים בחשכת הליל, הם שמראים לאדם את הדרך, את הדרך. הם שמראים לאדם את הדרך, את הדרך.
We now turn to page 491 for our own silent prayers and reflections. You may use the Yizkor words here as they appear on the page, but please remember that we do not have in this prayer book separate texts for each member of the family. So in the first paragraph, you are to include everyone in your family whom you are remembering in that same paragraph. And then the second paragraph is for those who were martyrs of our people. We pause now for our silent prayers. Those who are able to do so, please rise on page 492 for the El Male Rachamim prayer to honor the deceased.
El male rachamim shochein bamromim hamse menucha nechona tachat kanfe hashchina im keroshim utohorim kizohar harakia mazhirim lenishmot yakirenu shehalchu leolamam Baal rachamim yastireim beseter kenafav leolamim Vitzror achayim et nishmatam Adonai hu nachalatam V'yanuchu b'shalom al mishkavam V'nomar Amen.
And now on the bottom of page 492, in solidarity with mourners everywhere, and also in memory of not only all of those we have lost, but also all of those who were murdered in the Shoah, we rise on page 492 for the mourners' Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, Be'alma divarach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, B'chayechon uvyomechon, Uv'chaye d'chol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala uvizman kari v'imru, Amen. Yehei shemei rabbah mevorach le'olam ulal me'almaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal, Shemeda Kudusha Brichu, La'elah min kol birchata v'shirata, Tushbachata v'nechamata, Da'amiran ba'ama v'imru, Amen. Yehei shalom rabba min shemaya, V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, Amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav, Huya aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru, Amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort all who are bereaved among us. And let us all say, Amen. This concludes our morning service.